Coastal Karnataka, the roaring yet beautiful Arabian Sea to its west, the mighty evergreen Sahyadri mountain range to the east, lush greenery, flowing rivers all around. This is truly heaven on earth. Major part of this region, comprising of Dakshina Kannada district, parts of Udupi in Karnataka, and parts of Kasargod district of Kerala, is popularly known as Tulu Nadu, named after Tulu, the language of the area. The language Tulu has survived for centuries without a written script.
According to the definition of language, language is only in the form of spoken words. In that sense, I think from the beginning of the BC, it is for 3 millennium, Tulu has been very vibrant and very much used by the local people. For that purpose, it is actually one of the very important languages. I can say one of the ancient languages in India.
Tulu has been the medium of consistent propagation for a range of cultural and religious practices, epics, songs, stories, a legacy of oral documentation of information. The epic of Koti Chennaya, woven into the social and religious fabric of this region, can easily demonstrate how information can be documented and communicated effectively through oral tradition. A living example to showcase the strength of verbal and oral tradition in passing on knowledge and information from generation to generations without any codified or written legacy. Koti Chennaya is a story of twin brothers belonging to a downtrodden community of Tulu Nadu. This is in contrast where a majority of the Indian epics revolve around kings, kingdoms, wise people belonging to the predominant communities. This popular folk stream begins with 2 birds, Kanjava and Kinjava, whose egg hatches to give birth to a girl, Suvarna Ketaki. Her family is forced to send her to the forest, where she does not get married before puberty. In the forest, she is rescued by a person Sayana Baida, belonging to the Billava community, who adopts her as a sister and renames her Dei. She gets married to Kantana Baida and gives birth to a girl named Kinnidaru. Dei Baidyati, an expert in local health traditions, becomes popular in treating ailments. The king of the region, Perumale Ballala, out on a hunting expedition gets injured by a poisonous thorn and undergoes a lot of agony. Dei Baidyati is summoned to treat the king. She successfully treats Ballala in spite of her 9th month of pregnancy. The king is pleased and Dei leaves the Budu. Pregnant Dei Baidyati starts experiencing labor pain as she leaves the Budu. The king calls her back to the Budu, where she delivers twin boy babies. She gets an attack of a fatal disease, which claims her life. Before her death, the king Perumale Ballala promises her that he will raise her children without any shortcomings. He also gives an oath to Dey that he will fulfill 3 requests of her children. The king names the twins Koti and Chennaya, which refers to the sun and the moon respectively. They learned wrestling and bodybuilding in Garodi's gymnasiums. The children grow up under the care of Sayana Baida, their maternal uncle. They grow in the beautiful and serene land of Perumale. They grow experiencing the agrarian culture. As children, Koti and Chennaya have experienced the humiliating and insulting experience of having been born and being identified with a lower community. One day, while playing Chendu football, Koti and Chennaya defeat the kids of Mallaya Budyanta, the minister of King Ballala, who belong to the upper community. The minister drives them away after having snatched the ball from them. They warn Budyanta that they will snatch the ball the same way. The enmity continues to grow between the 2 adjacent households. A land dispute between them leads into a major fight, which finally results in the killing of Budyanta by Koti and Chennaya. The news reaches the king, who summons them to the Boodoo. The king orders to punish them for their offense. The twins then remind him of the oath he had made to their mother before her death. When asked about their wish, Koti and Chennaya demand for a main paddy field named Bakima for cultivation and the king's flower garden respectively. Sensing the threat to his throne, Ballala gets angry and orders to imprison them. Koti and Chennaya escape from Perumale with a demand of fulfilling their wish within 6 years.
Very part the point of Jaga, Bira Panji Bar the Baraya. Wenji Vele Paradanda, Sulamale, Malamale, Wenjawadu.
Baypaina Bar Mungabaradu.
Kaludakori, Kilepodu.
Puchaga, Kombabaradu.
Apaganama Barpa, Indunama Gurta.
After leaving Perumale boundary, they reach Panja, presently in the Sulya Taluk of Dakshina Kannada territory. On their journey, they take shelter at their sister Kinnidaru's house and meet their brother-in-law, Payya Baida. With his help, they get shelter with the king of that region, Kemara Ballala. Chandugiri, Kemara Ballala's minister, who is aware about the background of Koti Chennaya, acts as per the plans of Perumale Ballala and imprisons them treacherously. With mystic powers and prayers to their lord, Bermar, Brahma of Kemmale, they break the prison and escape. After they escape from Panja, they take shelter under Deva Ballala, the ruler of Enmuru, with whom they develop a cordial relationship. One day, Deva Ballala, with Koti Chennaya, enters the forest for hunting the wild animals, which were troubling the farmers of his territory. Chennaya chases and shoots an arrow to a wild boar. The wounded wild boar enters the Panja territory and dies in the borderline. Chendugiri, the king's minister, claims the boar, which enrages Chennaya. This leads to a serious fight between Panja and Enmuru. Koti and Chennaya lead the forces of Enmuru. Koti is killed by an arrow of Perumale Ballala, who was hiding behind a bush. Saddened by his brother's death, Chennaya kills himself by smashing his head against a rock. Death of Koti and Chennaya brings to an end an episode that has provided courage and voice to the voiceless for claiming their right and justice. The cunning way of killing the warriors creates a sense of shame to the Ballalas. They unite to build a tomb in memory of Koti Chennaya, named as Garudi in Enmuru. Koti and Chennaya are worshipped as spiritual deities after their death. Locally, they are called as Baidarlu. This worship is currently spread to the entire Tulunadu, with over 200 Garudis being the center of ritualistic practice called Baidarle Nema.